A Shalom Alkinis Rakama Kapashim and GMS London, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing this true in all sincerity. Back again with another video. A little bit, just a quick one. We see in the news recently, the US are planning to, attack Iran, right? That's what's being discussed right now. They're in talks currently, and whatnot, right? All this endless talking. But are America really about to do that, to go into Iran if they don't get their way out of these talks? And the answer is maybe. Maybe, probably not just yet, right? And that's because of prophecy. They might do a little thing, all right, but they ain't gonna I don't suppose they're gonna start some full scale war as of yet, as of this moment in time. All right, 'cause we know certain prophecies still have to fulfill. All right, the MOTB being a key component of that. All right, so we need to see these things, become more prominent. All right, but this is an escalation. Things will escalate because it's on that course. It's on that path. To that point where war is going to be, made between these nations. All right, so it's just a matter of time, right? But you see some news articles here, right, around what we're preparing to retaliate and all these different types of things, and what can mean for the region and this, that, the third, right? It's definitely troubling times for the world, right? Because these men are acting, or America's acting unnecessarily, right, to bring the whole world into collapse. But hey, like I said, that's prophecy, man. So we're here for it, right? So I just want to open up with this. Revelation chapter 11 verse 14 says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So we know, we know there's a World War III to come, right? And we're on the edge of that. And everything we're witnessing now is, it's all theater in it, but it's all leading up to this moment, okay, that we're all eagerly anticipating. And I say we are, talk about them in the Lord, that teaches truth, right? We're all eagerly anticipating it because we know we're that much closer to the kingdom of heaven for the return of our Lord. All right, so we're the most excited about it, but at the same time we have to be balanced in what's going on and filter things through prophecy. All right, we want it to happen like today, but yesterday even, but certain things has to happen the way the Most High have ordained it. All right, so although the heat is ramping up in regards to America and Iran, Israel, and so on, right, the likelihood is just another moment of escalation is what it's likely to be. And so they might do a little thing or whatever, but the time is not yet. All right, but we know it's coming. All right, that third woe is coming quickly, right? This is Joel chapter 3 verse 12. Let me just read verse 2 quickly, right? It says, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, who they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right, so we know these armies of the world will be drawn down into the Middle East to fight. Right, so Iran is there, obviously. Israel is there, in the Middle East, right? And so these armies, these allies of Israel and Iran, they're gonna be drawn in, right, into this area in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? So this is what where the World War III, mainly resides, right? When the major conflict is going to take place. All right. Jumping down to verse 12, so let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right. So why is the Lord bringing them all there? The Lord is bringing them there to judge them all. Right. To really destroy their armies. Right. Or the bulk of them anyway. Right. says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The sun and moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, out of his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. All right. So the Lord is bringing the armies together into the land of Jehoshaphat, right? You know, to destroy them, basically, right? So these tensions, these things have to escalate between these nations, between Iran, between Israel, between America. That it has to escalate, right? And I know, it's back and forth and stuff like that. You know, they do a little attack and they do a little retaliation, and it kind of quiets down a bit. They're still talking shit to each other, you know what I mean? And it's been going on like that, but it has been escalating. You know, it has been escalating. So, we will get to this point sometime soon. You know, it's not going to just, return to peace all of a sudden. You know, and even if it did, the scriptures say, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, something's going to go wrong. Even if it was the case, right? But no, these things are going to escalate and heat up, all right, to the point where armies are being dragged down in the Middle East. Okay. Let's see. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 29. All right, and this is speaking about the Iranians, right? So they have their part to play in prophecy. So during this battle in Jehoshaphat, World War III, right, they're gonna do their thing, man. All right, so 2 Ezra 15 and 28 says, behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Comanians, okay, which are the Iranians, Persians, right? Also the Comanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled. Bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Right? See, behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. Okay, so they're gonna do their thing down there. They're not as weak as these nations would like you to believe, right? Or how they've looked recently, man. Because they say these are Western nations, Israel and America, they've been kind of taking the piss recently. They've been assassinating their commanders and stuff. They've been blowing up man's phones and blowing up nuclear facilities. They kind of do all kind of crazy stuff, and Iran hasn't really done anything back to really retaliate properly, right? Even though they might have made them look stupid at certain moments, but they haven't really done nothing to them. So, but they're gonna get their revenge, their pound of flesh, so to speak, right? When the Lord brings this all together, all right? It's just not time yet. Everything's in time, right? And it's in the Most High's time. So everything's just building up right now still. All right. It's Obadiah 1 verse 1. It's the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Right. So these nations are going to come to fight against America, against Israel. Right. They're going to come and fight. See everyone's allies that are involved. They're going to come down and fight. Okay, that's the Lord's intention, right? Pursuing to was it 7-9, 3-8, 2-8? Yeah, let's try 2-8 first. No, must be 3-8. Yeah, right. So Zephaniah 3 verse 8 says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation." Right, so the Most High is not with these nations. The Most High is not with America. They call themselves God's army, but the Most High is not with them. says, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, so that's the Lord's intentions, why he's setting this up. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. So, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye will not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? So all these things have to happen, right? And we don't know the allotted time. Okay, we were just told to be diligent and watch, to pay attention, right? So that we're not blindsided, that we're not surprised, right? And so we watch at these, we look at these events, watch these events, right? And there's a lot of talk, a lot of talking. Sometimes we get tired of the talking, you know what I mean? The man's talking too much, threatening this, saber rattling that. And it's just like, man, just do the thing, man. But we will understand that, the Most High has a plan that it has to stick to, right? A timeline that it has to stick to, right? So we sit there and patiently watch, right? And for now, this is just, looks like just more saber rattling, at least for now. Like I say, America might do something, but might do a little something. But maybe before, Iran won't do too much in retaliation type thing, It's just talking, all right, mostly, right? Because I say we know that the mark of the beast, right? It has to become more prominent in the earth, all right? So, like I said, there's prophecies that need to be fulfilled first. So, we kind of got an idea what this, what the stuff's, what's really going on. So, it says that all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? And so, we're starting to experience these things, or we have been experiencing these things, right? And like we always say, these things are going to get worse, okay, as time goes on. All right. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. Pardon me. Right, it says, I must have stopped in 2. It says, the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, right? Everything's for at an appointed time. So although it might not be happening right now, okay, we know it's going to happen. It's due to happen, right? And all the signs are there to tell us, man, that this is going to be happening. Okay, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but soon. Right, because this can't go on. This can't go on forever. I mean, all this back and forth, and someone's gonna have to do something, right? And the Most High's gonna make them do something, right? The Most High's gonna make them do something, man. Right. So for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, it's not going to continue to tarry. They just keep continuing putting off the date. No, it's good. The day's gonna turn up eventually. You know what I mean? So therefore, watch and pray. You pay attention. Pay attention, man. Is Isaiah 14 and verse 24. The Lord of hosts have sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. Right? Everything the Most High desires and wills, it comes to pass. Right? And we just read about his intents to bring the nations together into the valley of Jehoshaphat to destroy them, right? To pour upon them his indignation. Right? We know that's what his intention is. Okay, for the things that they've done to his children, and the vile things that they're doing in the earth, right? So we know what the Most High's intention is. He made it clear to us, right? So we know that's what he wants. So therefore, he's gonna do what he wants, right? So surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have proposed, so shall it stand. All right, and that's that particular scripture is going into the destruction of America, right? So we know, that's the end result of that World War III, that America is gonna lose, right, big time, right? Is Isaiah 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Right? So it's an inevitable event that's going to take place, right? It's just a question of when. Okay, and that's why the prophecies are used as a as a measuring stick, right? To give us an idea of when these things might happen. All right. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, right? What's the measuring tool? The prophecies, right? And we now see as part of the science past, the prophecies, right? Which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? So we know we're in that time. The things that are happening, that are supposed to be happening, are happening, right? We're just waiting for the fulfillment, the completion of all these, these things, these signs, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Right? So we have to watch for the signs. All right? So anyone that can't see or don't believe that these things is going to take place, despite seeing what they're seeing, right? They think, oh, it's just gonna blow over, it's gonna go away. They're hoping it's gonna go away. No, all of this is gonna escalate into the World War III that is prophesied in the scriptures. Right? This world will descend into chaos. This world will fall apart. Esau's kingdom is gonna be destroyed. Okay. So this is Matthew 16. We're gonna close out with this, right? And the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting, desired him that he should show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but ye cannot discern the signs of the times. Right? And I said, through the prophecy, you can discern the signs of the times. Right? You man can predict all these different predictions you make in this world, but you can't see the writing on the wall. You can't see that this world is over, or at least it's about to be. You can't see that this is the end of America and Esau in general. You can't see that. You can't see everything's falling apart. You can't see the prophecies working, the word of the Most High is working. You can't see it, no? Despite all that's written here, all that's written in this book, you can't see it. Then you truly are blind. Because we see it clear as day. Right? And this is why we're not worried. Like, you're not worried. Like, everything's happening according to as we've been told, man. It's what we're expected. Nothing's not happening outside of what we expect. Like I said, these things going on between America and Iran right now, yeah, it's just a bit of back and forth right now. Man, I'm playing tennis. All right, but someone's gonna get smashed soon, man. War's gonna be declared. Right? These small hats, they're gonna have they all have their roles to play. Right? And Russia, these men are gonna come into the fray, man, and do their thing, because that's the Most High's will. All right, we just have to, just have to wait. We have to wait for that day. But for now, we get the spectacle, we get the what they call that, pre-fight conference type thing, innit? Man just chatting shit to each other. It might be a little scuffle in the club before the fight. Go back to Hay and Jazora. Like, all these different types of things. Like, it's not it's the warm up, innit? It's not there yet. But it's getting closer. Okay, it's definitely getting closer, man. Right? And if that's getting closer, the mark of the beast is getting closer. So, because the mark of the beast is nearer. All right, so there's certain things we're waiting to see, more of. Okay, so this is, for now, this is just more, wars and rumors of wars, man. But still, hasten the day. All right, so with that, I'm gonna say shalom, Lord, witness a bit edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. Until next time, I say shalom.